Now we will get to know what makes Flutter unique. So, Flutter compiles to native code, no reliance on OEM widgets, and no bridge needed. No bridge needed means in different cross-platform networks, while you build your apps, there is a certain bridge to connect your devices so that it runs on your device, but Flutter doesn't need any third-party bridge. It develops on its own, so which makes it a bit more fast. So now let's see a comparison of different cross-platform network with Flutter. So the most competitive one is React Native for now. React Native is a framework for building native apps with React, while the Ionic is a one app running on everything, and Xerium is complete bin binding for the underlying SDKs, and Flutter is the app which we are going to learn, and Flutter is easy and fast to build beautiful mobile apps. So you can see the Git repository, there is stars of every language. So the one competing Flutter right now is React Native. The React Native has a big developer base, but since Flutter is new, it would already catch up later. So React Native is developed by Facebook, Ionic is developed by Drifty, and Xerium is developed by Microsoft, and the Flutter is developed by Google. So let's have a look at the languages. So React Native is done by using JavaScript. Ionic is a TypeScript language, and Xerium is done using C#, and Flutter uses Dart programming language. Although Dart programming language is new, but it's becoming stable, and it's really a very powerful programming language in which you can do multiple things only by learning a single code base. So about the performance. The performance of React Native is it's close to native. The Ionic performance is moderate, and Xerium is also moderate, and the performance for Flutter is its amazing controller. Now let's learn about the graphical user interface of React Native. It uses native UI controllers. Ionic uses HTML and CSS. So the web developers, it will be an easy for Ionic. But well, hold on, Flutter is actually more easier. So now Xerium uses native UI controllers, and Flutter uses property widgets and deliver UI. So the Flutter UIs are really very amazing and very real fast. You will get to know about them when you start building your own apps. So the code reusability of React Native is 90%, Ionic is 98%, and Xerium is 98%, while Flutter is 50 to 90% of the code. So the testing, mobile devices are emulators, while Ionic can be tested on any browser. Xerium is tested on mobile devices or emulators or test clouds, and Flutter uses mobile devices or emulators, which means you can test it on either your Windows or your computer, or you can also test your apps on your mobile phones. So hot reload. So React Native has a hot reload, while Ionic don't, Xerium also don't, and Flutter have a hot reload. Well, the thing hot reload is when we are building apps, it again needs to deploy. But with hot reload, you can just deploy your apps within just seconds, and it will rebuild your app within seconds. You'll get to know more about hot reload once you are right in the course. So the apps of React Native are Airbnb, Discord, and Instagram. These are just an examples. Ionic have MarketWatch, Pacifica's JustWatch, and Xerium has Olo, Storekio, and APX, while Flutter has ClusterMe, Posthumus, Reflectee. But you should get to know that when you're learning, make your own code and make your own project so that the world should be proud of you. Now, Flutter has great looking and fast widgets. So you can see some of the examples I've put up here, but you can learn more and more once we are done with our app. So let's just move on to our next lesson.